Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. With this tutorial home lab setup with Raspberry Pi 4B, I'll be talking on the topic what is Raspberry Pi and why have I chosen it. So let's begin with today's topic. So let's understand what is Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi 4 Model B is the latest version of the low-cost Raspberry Pi computer. So we have several models here earlier, but 4B is the latest one of a low-cost Raspberry Pi computer 400. And it is almost the size of a credit card. So only the components which you see over here as keyboard and mouse, network, so these only take few centimeter of height. So that's all the size is. And people use Pi boards as media servers. We can use Plex here. File servers by building NAS, true NAS you can call, and routers as well. And the power consumption is considerably low, which is around 15 watt, and good enough to handle computing stuff. Computing stuff here I refer to as installing Docker, hosting multiple containers, and it really does well. So next we will see some of the technical aspects. So coming to the processor, quad-core Cortex-A72 ARM version 8, 64-bit. Out of the box it is 1.5 GHz and can be overclocked till 2.2 GHz. So the most important part here is the ARM version 8, because while hosting Docker container we will see two variant. One is ARM based and AMD 64 based images. So we have to install ARM based images. And in RAM it comes as 2GB, 4GB or 8GB variant. And in connectivity it is pretty good. You can see 2.4 GHz with 5 GHz wireless is supported, along with Bluetooth 5.0 is given, and gigabit Ethernet is also provided. And coming to USB ports, we get here two USB 3.0 ports and two USB 2.0 ports. Along with that we get a display of two micro HDMI ports with supports of up to 4K 60 fps. And in storage we have a micro SD card slot for loading operating system and data storage. So I'll just cover quickly what I have not written yet over here. Along with this, with all this, you will be getting a 3.5 mm jack here and an internal display port over here. So to set up home lab we need some of the prerequisites to be in place. Obviously we need a Raspberry Pi 4B. 4GB RAM is recommended because you could do quite a lot of computing stuff, and when we are planning with the cluster we can go with 2GB variants rather than 4GB. So here for single use I'll go with 4GB RAM. A 15 watt USB-C power supply, official one, is recommended. Micro SD card 64GB or more is recommended because you need not to change it quite frequently. So I'll go with 64GB or more. And a Raspberry Pi Imager to flash Ubuntu image. So Raspberry Pi Imager is a tool which is officially available in Raspberry Pi website. I'll be showing you in future tutorial. Along with that, heatsink, cooling fan and internet connectivity is a must. So why heatsink and cooling fan? As the recommended operating temperature is 0 to 50 degrees Celsius ambient, we would require heatsink and cooling fan to regulate the temperature. So these are some of the images of my Raspberry Pi 4B. You can see here. So as you came across all about Raspberry Pi and its technical aspects, so I hope you can guess it why it is better. But let's talk why have I chosen Raspberry Pi. The first point I'll put here is budget friendly, as 4GB RAM will cost you around $55. To avoid using cloud server, which will cost recurring charges, let me tell you something. Earlier I was using AWS cloud free tier, which will give you 1GB of RAM, but the thing is that 1GB of RAM is not enough, and after 1 year you will be charged. Pay as you go option is also there, but that is quite costly for me, and for development purpose I'll rather go with Raspberry Pi. Coming to the next point, free domain name with SSL is also available. I'll show you how to get a free domain name and configure SSL for HTTPS connection. And no air conditioner is required, as heatsink and cooling fan will do the work. So after you place a heatsink and cooling fan along with it, your temperature will be around 40 to 45 degrees centigrade ambient temperature. Low power consumption, it is 15 watt, and good computing power. Yeah, we can host quite a lot of Docker containers. Clustering the Pi boards will increase the power 4 times more than a regular PC. So I've seen that people doing computing stuff by measuring all the speed with PC and Mac. So yeah, that is very good thing over here. So that's it for the topic. In my next tutorial, we will begin with the installation. So thank you guys for staying with me. Please like, subscribe and comment to help me grow this channel. Again, thank you for watching. Bye.